That's why the election was lost.
You woke. Now don't get me wrong, inflation, immigration, of course. But that woke culture, they took the shit too far.
You got to watch my show. I know you don't get a chance to see it always. You have to see it Friday.
Past Friday?
No, it's like he's crazy, but crazy people don't have the time to pretend about. That's why he can say whole countries.
You say
and everybody,
time.
as if nobody else ever said or thought that there were whole countries.
These days, it seems liberals can't even stand their own, constantly calling each other out. Stephen A. Smith joined Bill Maher to expose how the Democrats have lost touch with reality. Two Democrats taking aim at their own party, pure spectacle. Grab your popcorn. This one's scorching.
I have never wanted to be on your show more than I wanted to be on your show when Biden announced that he was going to run for re-election. Because I'm like this, what y'all going to say now? This is some straight bullshit. You got a situation where you won the midterm. You denied, you halted on, you warded off the red wave. And you, knowing you're going to be 81 at election time, knowing you're going to be 82 in office, right? It wasn't the midterm. It was when the State of the Union address took place. And I saw these people. Remember, the liberals, so when you call yourself progressives.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're looking forward with a dude that's going to be 82 and would leave office when he's 86. Really, y'all?
Stephen A. Smith's first critique landed with full force. Biden's decision to run in 2024 despite his age. But age wasn't the real issue. Capable leaders can be older. Stephen argued Biden's mental sharpness seemed diminished. He suggested the president isn't just aging. He may struggle to manage the presidency effectively. That claim alone ruffles feathers, but what followed shook progressives even more. Smith voiced concerns many quietly whispered but few dared say aloud. The blunt honesty, audacity, and willingness to speak plainly stunned viewers. It's the kind of commentary that sparks debate, outrage, and conversation for days. Progressives, get ready. This isn't a polite critique.
And I'm like, I knew I wasn't voting for Trump. I knew that wasn't going to happen. But I was saying to myself, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And then I looked at their bullpen. They had no one. They had no one. They had no one that could compete with Donald Trump.
Well, not on a charisma level.
Fair. Okay, fair enough.
No,
but charisma is what gets you votes, bro.
Absolutely. And I've said it a million times. Insanity photographs.
Another headache for the DNC was handling someone as larger than life as Donald Trump. But the real challenge, Stephen A. Smith and Bill Maher argue, was Trump himself. It was finding leaders not completely under woke culture's influence. At the time, America was wrestling with a woke mindset, spreading through media, politics, and everyday conversation. Then came Trump, loud, unapologetic, and seemingly impervious to the left's latest orthodoxy. To Stephen A. and Maher, he wasn't just a contender. He was a walking, tweeting antidote to woke culture. Loved or hated, he became the lightning rod for frustration, making moderates shake their heads while secretly cheering. Politics, at times, feels like an unmissable reality show.
But crazy people don't have the time to pretend about. That's why he can say whole countries.
You say
and everybody,
time.
as if nobody else ever said
Bill,
or thought that there were whole countries.
But Bill, you say the time. I say the interest. Like, for example, so you walk into Club Random, okay? Let the audience know what Club Random is.
Well, there's no audience.
It's a conversation. That's watching out there. That's watching out there. Yeah, they're watching.
Oh, that's watching, yes.
It's watching, right? But it's no bullshit. You're going to have a real conversation. You're going to have a real conversation.
So real.
You're going to have a real conversation. That's why I'm here. I'm not wasting my time talking to somebody that's going to be a phony ass. I got better things to do with my time.
You're exactly the kind of guest I like.
You understand?
Because Ma and Stephen A. hit the nail on the head. One major reason so many Americans rallied behind Trump was his raw, unfiltered connection to reality. There's no pretense, no pandering, no rehearsed speeches designed to satisfy every political box. What you see is what you get, loud, brash, and unapologetically direct. He speaks plainly, calls things as he sees them, and has zero patience for theatrical displays or political doublespeak. That authenticity, whether loved or hated, resonates with voters exhausted by endless political games. Compare that to Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, whose polished, cautious phrasing makes genuine connection difficult. In a time craving truth, Trump's blunt style felt refreshingly magnetic.
Yeah.
If Trump wins, I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what you're going to do? Go back and finish your $900 dinner for 4 people.
Right.
That's what you're going to do.
Yes.
And your taxes are probably going to go down like they did the first time. And everything else you can give a shit about.
They don't realize they make it hard on people like yourself and me who will vote liberal. But we're sensible. We're not
Exactly.
extreme. We're
Well,
not extreme.
that's
I'm not.
That's why the election was lost.
You woke. Now don't get me wrong.
Sweetheart,
Inflation, immigration,
this-
of course. But
Right.
that woke culture, they took the shit too far.
You got to watch my show. I know you don't get a chance to see it always. You have to see it Friday. Because
Past Friday?
No, this coming.
Oh, this coming Friday.
Finally, Stephen A. hits the mark. He argues the left lost elections not vaguely, but because of woke culture, the all-encompassing, rewrite history, everything is offensive mindset that overtook the DNC. Even moderate liberals grew frustrated. The ideologies were extreme, the arguments defied common sense, and the facts often seemed pulled from debate club exercises rather than reality. You could almost hear people muttering, "Seriously, this is what we're arguing about." While the party obsessively policed language and microaggressions, average voters wanted solutions, not lectures. Leadership became a never-ending seminar on offense, and nobody wants to attend a seminar they never signed up for.
Pay for the damn show.
But-
rather than flying out, I should stay. I was planning on leaving Friday.
Watch it
I
in
should
person.
come to the damn
we
show
would
just
love
to watch,
that.
just to
That'd
watch
be
it.
awesome.
Just to watch it.
You can
I'm
heckle
serious.
it.
Absolutely.
You can yell at the screen.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll
See,
do it.
Now Trump's in president.
How about
Now
that?
Trump's president. I can make that joke.
Very rude, very nasty question. You didn't even say hello.
I couldn't make that joke under Biden. Now I can make that joke.
Damn right.
All right. So here's the thing.
Right.
So there are all these,
And you couldn't even make that joke without fearing cancellation before the punchline landed. Under Biden, cancel culture was doing cardio. Everyone tiptoed on fragile eggshells, afraid one word could cost their job, reputation, or even family chat standing. People spoke as if diffusing a bomb, slow, careful, praying for no misinterpretation. Social media became a minefield where even breathing wrong could get you dragged. Comedians weren't exempt. Jokes that wouldn't have offended a goldfish 5 years ago sparked outrage. Comedy clubs felt like courtrooms, audiences divided between laughter and tweeting. It was wild.
And I were friendly
right.
before he ran for president. He used to have these boxing matches, particularly during the Tyson fights at the Trump casinos. He would be at the Knicks games and stuff like that. And if we're being totally honest, all the brothers found him to be cool.
Right.
They found him to be very cool. So let's be clear, because he knew his sports, all right? He would say what he feel.
Right.
He bucked the establishment, which we love. And we gravitated to that, and obviously he was.
And
a
also,
so
he was a certain age,
and it was
you
cool.
get a certain
it was cool
understanding that white men of that age,
right?
They're going to be a little grandpa. We don't say that anymore.
No,
but
that wasn't him.
Is he really in his heart hateful? No, I think
I don't
think his motivation is I don't like black people.
Here, Stephen A. Smith and Bill Maher break down why some black voters are leaning toward Trump more than traditional Republicans. Their answer is simple: honesty and genuineness. Trump shows up as he is. No pretense, no political scripting, just raw, unapologetic humanity. For many black men, that authenticity resonates. They're not seeking perfection, but a real, flawed, and relatable figure. In a political world dominated by polished smiles and rehearsed lines, Trump's rough edges stand out, offering a sense of connection and transparency that voters find rare and compelling.
Minorities in this country that called him a racist did him a favor when they did that.
Interesting.
They did him a favor because it galvanized his base to say, we don't want to hear that. Look at the economy. Look at the borders. Look at crimes in the streets of America. We don't want to hear that. And he's able to easily dismiss that, because on too many occasions you saw him on camera very comfortable with minorities. So because of that, the visual that you talk about, it played a role because he knew he had a portfolio of appearances with black folks throughout decades where you had no problem with him then.
Stephen A. is spot on. The media threw everything at Trump: labels, insults, wild comparisons. Racist, dictator, narcissist, name it, they tried it. Yet instead of sinking him, it made him more popular. People already knew Trump. Decades of TV, movies, and headlines built an image no media stunt could erase. From firing contestants on The Apprentice asterisk to tweeting as president, Americans had seen it all. So when the media painted him as a villain, the public recognized the game. You can't cancel someone people have already lived alongside for years.
When his daddy owned apartment complexes and minorities was in those complexes, then don't you have to bring up Biden and his relationship with Senator Byrd?
Yeah.
You understand? Who was from West Virginia, who died at the age of 97, that was in office until he was about 97,
also,
who, by the way, was a former member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Was a
You
Klan?
have to bring that up. Don't you have to bring up the 90s when you had the Congressional Black Caucus and you talking about the crime bill that Clinton pushed through that Biden was so vociferous about? You have to bring this stuff up if you're going to bring up Trump in the 70s. So I'm listening to people and I'm like, are you trying to win or are you just trying to make noise? Because he's going to get past this.
The media never delivered on what they constantly preach: balanced reporting. Instead, they painted Trump and even his father as the ultimate villains in a superhero saga, with every headline dramatized like a plot twist. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's own controversies, like Hunter Biden's laptop, received barely a glance. The spotlight was blindingly bright on Trump and dimmed on Biden, a selective focus that left many viewers frustrated. Instead of examining both sides, outlets brushed aside stories inconvenient to their narrative, treating them like awkward family rumors best ignored. If balanced coverage were a school subject, many networks would have failed. In contrast, Trump's authenticity, flawed, brash, and unfiltered, resonated with voters tired of polished political theater and endless outrage over language or minor slights. Between woke overreach, cancel culture, and selective reporting, Americans lost patience with the left and the media alike. Stephen A. Smith and Bill Maher simply voiced what millions were thinking. Voters crave honesty and substance over scripted narratives. Ultimately, Trump's raw realness won out, proving that authenticity, even imperfect, has far more impact than calculated performance.